Have you ever watched a TV adaptation of a book you loved and found yourself so disappointed? Because that's exactly what happened to me with Every Year After on Amazon Prime. I didn't even make it through the whole season. I quit after episode 4, and that's unfortunate because I loved Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I loved it so much that I also read One Golden Summer, which follows Charlie's story. I hope it came later, but I never saw the yellow boat and I couldn't be bothered to stick around for it. So before we start, just know spoilers ahead for both the book and the show. Okay, let's do this. First of all, can somebody explain why the title changed from Every Summer After to Every Year After? The title wasn't broken. Nobody was confused. Why are we fixing things that aren't broken? Now let's talk about casting, because this show absolutely nailed some parts of it. Young Percy and present day Percy look like the same person at different ages. It's actually kind of creepy how good that casting was. Same thing with young Delilah and adult Delilah. And then there was Alicia Cuthbert playing Sam's mom. I'm sorry, what year is it? This was such a fun surprise for us millennials. And I love that she's Canadian in a show that's based in Canada. Now let's discuss the crime that was committed against young Sam. Who approved that haircut? Young Sam really deserved better. The horror movie scenes were perfect. The anatomy book scene, perfect. The ice cream cone scene, also kind of perfect. I remember that from the book, but in the show, that was way too cringe. That did not work. A little overdone. The setting worked too. The lake town looked exactly like I imagined while I was reading. The tavern was great. The soundtrack was fantastic. The music choices were some of the best parts of the entire show. Now, full disclosure, lakes gross me out. I don't know what's lurking under there, but visually it was beautiful. And then we get into some changes from the book, and that's where things started losing me. Now, it's been a few years since I've read the book, so this could also be me not remembering correctly. But let me preface by saying that I hate lots of changes from the book to a TV series. It's popular for a reason. If you want to rewrite it, then just make something new. Okay, so here we go. About the changes, and this is just in the first 4 episodes. I don't remember Sam's motel owner best friend having a storyline at all. I also don't remember Percy's lawyer friend having this much going on either. I definitely don't remember Charlie and Delilah hooking up. I don't remember the girls breaking into Percy's old house and getting caught. And even some of the major moments felt different. For example, the way I remembered this was Sam found out Percy was back in town at the restaurant, not because somebody ran over and spilled the tea beforehand. And then there's Delilah. Look, Delilah sucks in the book and she sucks in the show. So at least they stayed faithful to the source material there. Now let's talk about Charlie. Present day Charlie. He looks like somebody combined James Marsden and Scott Wolf, which is great for him. And listen, I know people love Charlie. I've read One Golden Summer. I know his story and I loved his story in this book. And I know we're supposed to love him eventually, but in this show, he's annoying me. Like, don't come for me, but the whole arrogant act, it wasn't working for me. Also not working was the acting. Now, because I recently watched Off Campus, maybe that's my problem. Maybe I watched them too close together, but Off Campus, it raised the bar on everything. This one sometimes felt like a soap opera. Now, Percy was the exception. I actually liked Percy. She gave me major Rachel McAdams in The Notebook vibes. And another thing that kept throwing me off was the timeline. So there were moments when I would get a little confused about whether we were in the past or the present, because there were 3 timelines in the show. And in 2 of the timelines, we had the same actors. And normally that's not a problem. But when you're constantly jumping between timelines and I'm bored, I need a little bit more help. Maybe a different color palette, a different hairstyle, a giant flashing sign, which sometimes there were, but not every time. And I was bored. So I probably wasn't paying close enough attention as I should have. And finally, I need to revisit the thing that annoyed me in the book and somehow annoyed me even more in the show, at least until, again, episode 4. Sam, buddy, make it make sense. You don't want Percy as your girlfriend, but you also don't want her dating anybody else. What exactly is the plan here? That is not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I figured I'd watch the whole series since I made it halfway through. But then I realized that is 4 hours of precious reading time or new amazing series watching time. So I gave up. I know what happens. At least I think I know what happens in the book. I've heard there's a lot more changes. Maybe I'll finish it eventually, maybe. But right now, I'm going to go back to the books because at least the books had the yellow boat. And if you've watched Every Year After, tell me how you feel in the comments. Am I alone on this? Did you like it? And more importantly, do we ever see that yellow boat?